What are you looking at?
I was deep in thought.
Deep in thought. Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. You're like...
Am I out?
You're like just on the edge of being out.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I'll fix it.
No, I can fix it. You've sat there the whole time while I've set it up.
I
can finish it by doing it the rest of the time.
Yeah, that's good. That should
That's
keep you
good.
in, yeah. Oh, that wind. I wish it would heck off.
Sorry?
The wind. I'm just trying to protect my mic.
No, that should be fine.
Okay.
You're moving, it's going to be worse.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Hi, guys. We're back in nature.
We're back in nature. We got kicked out of the house. Noisy birds, noisy dogs, and builders.
Noisy builders.
So, yes, everything was too noisy.
We came here and...
So I come into the lovely sun and Bec's freezing to death.
It's just because of the wind. It's like, it looks like it's a really nice day, but then the wind, it's got a bit of chill factor to it.
Yeah, how do you go from sort of like 38 degrees down to...
Classic Melbourne.
I think it got down to 6 degrees or something last night in
6?
the hills.
Really? Jeez. Yeah, I tell people because we've got our 5-day workshop coming up and a lot of people travel in from all over the place for that. So I always warn everyone to pack all sorts of clothing because Melbourne is 4 seasons in one day. We will go from 40 degrees and then it'll drop 20 degrees within half an hour.
Well, even when that storm came through that
Yeah.
flattened everything at like, what was it, 35 or 36? And the next minute it's like 18.
Crazy.
Yeah, but that's because we're in that part of the world where the wind from the north is coming off the desert and the wind from the south is coming off Antarctica.
Oh.
What?
I don't know, it just made me, woo.
So it's all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Not something wrong with
No,
it.
it's fine.
But you were just wooing.
I was being a woo girl.
You're a woo girl. What's a woo girl?
Those girls that like get super drunk and are like, woo!
Oh, they got a name, have
Yeah,
they?
woo
girls. Don't all girls do woo when they get drunk?
No, some of us just fall over, like me.
Just go to pass out.
Pass out, fall over and pass out.
So you don't have a woo stage before you pass out?
I have been known to have a bit of a woo stage before I pass out.
You just drink your way through that.
Yeah, those woo girls are very annoying. Especially when I used to go clubbing, you could always spot them. I'd be like, oh, woo girls.
Yes, they're quite funny. I always laugh at, especially going to sort of back in the band days, back when I was in the band, the guys, they'd come in groups, like there might be 5 or 6 couples coming together. And by the end of the first set, all the guys are together and all the girls are somewhere separate.
Yeah. Yes, very understandable.
But normally, because I think the girls would go down to the dance floor and the guys would go up to the bar to pick up the girls that didn't go to the dance floor. Talking about pick-up, I don't know if it's a setup. I don't know if they've recomposed something old, but I told you about that thing with the gridiron, what's his name?
Travis.
Travis, which is Taylor Swift's supposed boyfriend. And there's this girl sort of full rubbing him up, cuddling him, whispering in his ear, and you'd see him looking around. And
It might have been an old clip or something.
Could have been an old clip.
Because him and Taylor are very much in each other's faces a lot.
Are they?
Yeah.
But I know this would have been at the end of that thing.
Yeah,
Unless it was before the shooting.
I don't
Maybe it was a
know.
pre-shooting. Maybe that started the shooting.
Maybe.
Taylor couldn't hit him. She hit everybody else. Anyway, another mass shooting in America.
Yeah, that sucks.
I think it's one every day anyway, so...
Yeah, it's a bit scary.
It's very scary.
Yes.
Yes.
Speaking of shooting, not that kind of shooting like with cameras.
Shooting with cameras. Well, before you start, it's the amount of people, it's mainly Americans, with the one that says shooting in full sun.
Yeah.
And you're in bikinis and a cowboy hat. They're expecting that you're going to be shooting a gun.
No.
It's quite funny. They're all going on there thinking, oh, we're going to see a girl in a bikini shoot a gun.
No, never shot a gun in my life. Don't plan on it.
Don't plan on it?
No. But no, speaking of, agencies are doing my head in. I feel like a lot of people we speak to have frustrations with agencies, but like trying to get in touch, there's an agency here we've been trying to get in touch with, and you just can't get in touch with them. Like, every time you try and call them...
You can send them an email, but they can't read it properly.
Yeah, they don't understand what you're asking.
Because they're so professional, they don't know what a test shoot is.
So you try call and then you can't get through to them.
Yeah,
and
it just
like...
rings out. They don't even have a message service.
And then there's another agency here that I've contacted and they just haven't even gotten back to me. But I find that all over the world. Places just don't bother to reply. And it's like, do you guys not want work?
Yeah, I do find... I don't know what it is. It seems... They won't just sit back and pick and choose what they do.
Yeah. It's really frustrating me. But I get it. Like, I don't know. I also find just no reply at all to be...
Unprofessional and rude.
Yeah. Just if you're not interested, just write back, sorry, I'm not interested.
Like, there's plenty of stuff we don't answer, but it's all people trying to sell us shit.
Yeah, that's the only stuff we don't...
It's like spam.
Yeah.
We won't answer spam.
But even if we get an email of someone offering a certain product to try
even
do a
if
YouTube...
models contact us and they're not really our jam, we say, no, sorry, too busy, or sorry, not my look, or whatever.
Yeah.
But don't even have the decency to just say sorry.
Sorry, no. I just find it really... And if we're struggling, I know that other people are as well, and it's just really doing my head in a bit.
I do think it's this whole e-commerce. The only modelling that most of these agencies are getting at So their lower down models are getting e-commerce, and their very top 3 or 4% are getting the campaigns or getting the little bit of editorial work that's going around, which is very low paid. Then they've got a big patch in the middle of the influencers, which have all jumped onto that. But that's definitely starting to fail. I've seen a couple of things about how even the YouTube, so many of the big podcasters are saying how it's just changed so much. They could make a very good living. Now it seems different. I know that Peter McKinnon's always had ads and had other things paying, but now he seems to the only content he puts up is an ad. It's a
sponsored
long ad. The whole thing's about that one thing. There's not really much in the way of teaching. Like, he had one on the 360 the other day, and it was sort of like, yeah, this is all good and well, but number one, it wasn't really a review on the 360. It just showed what high-end professional vloggers have done. Well, they could have done a lot of that stuff even on an iPhone because their editing skills were so high and their grading was so good. So it was just... And what each of them got paid for... It was a competition each. Spoiler alert. Nobody won. They all win. They all got $5,000 each. So what did Peter get paid to do this thing? He would have picked up maybe 20.
No, sorry, I'm just going to double check that it's recording.
You're going to double check
Yeah,
it. Or you're not. No, you're trying to jump out in the sun and warms up.
Oh, I was checking it's on.
Oh, you didn't trust me.
No, well, didn't you say that we have
me.
to double check things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know the answer. I don't
either.
But it's not just the agencies now. It's just like there's not such a thing as a commercial model anymore.
Yeah.
Like the amount of girls that are getting stuff all work because they don't fit into that e-commerce look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have an answer for it. I know it's a pretty bit of Debbie Downer because I don't even have a solution.
Debbie Downer.
Well, I just don't have a solution. It's just frustrating me to... Maybe I should start my own agency.
Nah.
No, actually, we need models to be able to do that. And there's none of those in Melbourne anymore. I can't.
Oh, sorry, all Melbourne models.
Well, compared to when we had a fashion industry before it got ruined by Dan the Man.
He was only part of the ruining. He ruined it for 2 years and it just didn't come back.
Yeah.
But it wasn't it was nowhere in the healthy state it was back, say, in the 90s. Like, back in the 90s, we had the likes of Naomi Campbell and that coming out for our Fashion Week.
Yeah.
Now we have the latest influencer for Target, or Target, sorry.
The Red Circle Boutique.
So yeah, it's like things are always going to change, and just as technology is getting faster and faster, things are changing quicker.
Yeah.
So if anything, it's catching a lot of people out. I know, like Kiki, a friend of mine, she's living in Prague at the moment, and she's basically gone there without a single contact. She's living in a tiny town called Pilsen. It's like, not a big city, it's only a little town. But she still managed to find some really cool ways to make really good money with photography. And all the photographers in town are sort of making nothing, and Kiki just walked in there. But it's more, she's just thought outside the square. So she's got a part-time job teaching English in primary schools. So now most of what she did a couple of little photos of all the kids in the class. Just each should have the kid of the day and photograph it and quickly edit one up quickly and go back with the mother, to go back to the mother. And then leading up to Christmas, all of a sudden she got all of these Christmas portrait jobs for the whole family.
Like the family, yeah, that's pretty smart.
So just little things like that, and it's that seeing. She didn't have to do the hard sell. They came running to her. And I actually saw something, and I think it was a stupid Instagram thing, but it was a guy in Times Square who just has a reasonable camera, because you could do super shallow depth of field, and all he was doing was shooting people from a distance, didn't even know they were being photographed. And he had a little portable printer that just printed out like a little Polaroid. Just went up to him, just gave it to them, and every one of them was going, no way. And he photographed a cop, he photographed this little girl that was just dancing, and the mum, she started crying the second. I don't know if it was a setup. It's hard to tell. So much of this crap that's supposed to be
legit.
Oh my God, so many are setups now. You can see what's going to happen.
Well, didn't you used to do something kind of similar with like giving people your business card, but it had like their favourite photo of the day on it or something like that?
So every portrait job I did, one of the final pictures that the client had picked would become the picture on a business card. And I had a little action built in Photoshop that I only had to just drop. I had a pre-template to put the picture on to make sure it sat in the business card area. And I had where the text would be sitting, so I'd always set it up and just hit my action. It just made me up an A4 sheet with, I think, 12 business cards on it. I basically had just to drop it in there, click, print,
Very clever.
and just quickly guillotine it. And how many times you get given the business card, you throw it away. But you're not going to throw away a business card that you own.
Well, it's got, like your face
on it. And if anything, you're going to go, oh, look, you keep it. This is me.
Yeah.
You're going to pass it off to somebody.
True. But it had your details on it.
Yeah, it had all my details on it.
Smart.
And that worked really well. I picked up a lot of work. I think I picked up more work from that than being in that arcade that was a half-closed arcade, but it was, especially on rainy days, it was a shortcut between Eastlands, a big shopping centre, and the Ringwood station. So it has a lot of through traffic, and my whole front window was a big black curtain, but I used to have pictures hanging, and I would move the pictures every day. Just move this from that hook to this.
So it was always something different?
Always, well, even though it mightn't have had a different picture in the frame, the window always felt different.
Yeah.
And the amount of times we'd walk out and there'd be 2 or 3 people just looking at the window like a gallery, and the amount of times that people would knock on the door and say, hey, you took the photos that are out there?
Smart. Oh, the sun is
Sun's
creeping.
You've got the sun now.
It's creeping slowly.
Creeping. It's been a creep. It's creeping up behind you.
It's nice.
But yeah, all those tricks in business, like everyone knows, as soon as someone starts a sell to you, you just turn off.
Yeah.
And the amount of times you think, oh, someone's been, oh, this is really, and all of a sudden you realise, oh, here comes the pitch.
Yeah.
Where you was all excited when you didn't feel it was a sale. So you've just got to not do that
Not make
pitch.
it seem like a sale. Well, even my old nail tech, not that I get my nails done anymore, but she posted something kind of similar about business. She started doing like online training and stuff because she's super talented and stuff. So she's now doing like one-on-one courses and like and she posted this thing the other day about like it's kind of similar to photography, to other nail techs complaining that they're not making enough, and she's like, just think out, like do something different. Like just because you're a nail tech doesn't
Whereas
mean
your nail tech is, if anything, putting her prices up to really high and not being available all the time.
Yeah, and she's focusing a lot on doing these like online. Like I think she's put together like a PDF kind of like guide thingy, and so she's just, like you said, thinking outside the box, and she's making heaps of money, and she's still doing nails as well. But if you don't just, like, if you do think outside the box and come up with something creative rather than just, this is what I do and this is how I'm going to make money, like...
Please book me.
Yeah, you've got to find little other... I mean, that's really smart about what Kiki did, though, was, like, taking the photos of the kids. I like that. Yeah,
and she was doing something different. Because they had really good ice. Like, I didn't realise it was like this. A lot of times when it gets really cold, it freezes, but the lakes or the rivers, it's lumpy and ripply. So you can't skate on it. Mm. So it doesn't just set beautiful and smooth.
How does it freeze lumpy and ripply?
I don't know. I haven't been there. I haven't done it, but I'm just going. But she said this year it was cold, really cold, then got a really cold snap. And for some reason, the lake just was like glass. It was dead flat. It was about, I think she said about 10 centimetres thick. So you could still see through to the water underneath. And it was just like mirror glass, and it was just so smooth. So she was out. There was a couple of kids out there, and she was skating with her kids, and she decided to do some shoots. So I had them skate up and then capture them just at this moment. It was really cool. And she said she had 4 or 5 families come up and ask her if she could do it with that, and how much would she charge. And it was just her out with her kids, but she took a camera out with her.
That's smart.
But I said that to you, well, I'm certain you would have heard me. Years ago, I always made sure when I was doing wedding parties, anything, I always tried to, whoever I was talking to, I wanted them to ask me what my occupation was.
Yeah.
Because that's not me asking them.
Oh, so you would.
So if I say, "Hey, I'm a photographer," it's like saying I'm a vegan. Well, it is.
But also, if you ask them, "What do you do for a living?" they're gonna ask you. Well,
no, I'd be sneakier than that.
Yeah, right.
So just like if I went through a grocery store and I might have a trolley with 2 slabs of soft drink and some lollies and chips. And I'll say, don't judge me by this. This is for my work. This is what our clients eat. What do you do for a living? You know, I say, oh, I'm a photographer, and the models, they long shoots. I need some sugar, and this is model food. And 4 or 5 girls I picked up as test shoots, and picked up by their eyebrows. Yeah. No, picked up shoots.
I know. I'm shit staring you.
It's just simple little shoots, like pretty picture for their boyfriend or their husband or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like every cold call market that rings me, I just say straight, I don't care what you're selling. If your business is that desperate, you have to cold call people, you're not very good.
You go hard on those people sometimes.
Well, you don't see me. The best is when they ring like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
On a Sunday or something.
Hate that. I called at 6 p.m. on a Saturday the other. I was like, oh wait. I just don't answer them though. But I mean, I can do that. You can't because you are running a business. You have.
I'm running a business. Yeah, I can't. I've got to basically treat every call. But it's a good thing that most times you have that silence for about 2 or 3 seconds before they talk. And quite often I'll just hang up during that silence. But the other day I had a phone call and it was just about to abuse him. It was, it's Jeffrey from BMW. He was just slow to...
Oh my gosh. You've already yelled at that poor man enough.
He didn't beg at me yesterday when he was swapping my number plates over.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not going to give him a rating. It's just like the Mercedes keeps sending for you to give them a rating.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I delete them.
Well, if they call me back and tell me how I can get Apple CarPlay,
the next time they send one, I'll answer it. I'll say, they were good with pre-sale, but once we bought the car, they're useless, so why not even return phone calls?
No. Well, they messaged me and asked me if I wanted to... Yeah, we went through this last podcast. And Peter didn't believe me, but he has tested it out, and yes, my little plug thingy don't work.
Well, there was something stuck in there to start with.
Now it don't work.
Now there's nothing stuck in there, it still don't work.
So that's frustrating. Maybe I'll watch a YouTube on it.
No, your connection hole's not working.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a YouTube fixable thing. It's not your cable because you could charge in the other thing and it didn't charge in that one. So there's something wrong with that connection.
That's annoying.
That's
you
annoying.
get a new car and you think it's going to...
It's not new, it's second hand.
It's new to me.
Oh, I wish you'd told me that.
What?
I'd buy a 1930s car. It's new to you. Sorry, it doesn't run very well. It's a bit rusty.
I don't want a rusty car.
It runs on kerosene.
No, kerosene. No, thank you. Your car's very fancy, though. I finally got to go for a drive in it.
It is a bit fancy.
It's very fancy. It goes very fast.
It'll take me a while to be comfortable to drive it how I used to drive my last one.
What's the difference?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah. The car feels a little bit heavier, but it's also got four-wheel drive. So where I would accelerate is going to be different. So I can go harder. So with my other one, I had to be very careful because if you accelerate too hard, your ass would start to come out. And
you don't want to show everyone your bottom.
I don't want to show everyone my bum. But with the four-wheel drive, it means I can really come out once just before they hit the apex. I can be flat out on it and I don't have to worry about my ass hanging out.
You and your fancy car.
My flancy car.
Fancy.
I'd always put it back into two-wheel drive and drive it like my last one. But I know the steering feels a little bit different. Everything feels a little bit different. Brakes are friggin', when you put them into the super sport section, the brakes, they're dynamite.
Like, what do you mean?
Well, I might be doing 150, I hit the brakes and it's just straight down. But you don't want to use brakes like that when you're doing 60. You just go through the windscreen. Well, just you slightly touch your brake and it's just bang.
Oh, okay, I don't know. I could not drive it.
You could not drive it.
I could not. I'm not that good. I'm starting to warm up now that the sun is creeping up on me. It's nice.
Nice.
Yes, I'll stop complaining now. I'm defrosting like a little lizard.
I'm sitting in the freezing cold, taking all the wind and no sun.
But you don't feel the cold.
I know, because I'm so cold-blooded. You accuse me of it all the time.
I find it incredible how some people, don't feel the cold. Like that photo of Tisha that you took years ago that was taken in the middle of winter,
She felt the cold, except she could turn it off. She could just override it with her thought.
Yeah.
It's just.
I don't know how people do that.
Well, no. Remember when I first was shooting you, I was training you for exactly that type of thing.
Yeah.
That's what it was, because it was very, very common in Australia that the models, you'd have to shoot bikini in the middle of winter and not get goosebumps or pimple. They couldn't look cold. Well, they had to convince themselves they weren't cold. And then when, put big heavy jumpers on a 40-degree day, don't sweat.
Well, I have to do that sometimes if we're doing wool company.
E-commerce. I know, but this is where the world's changed a lot. Back then, look, a model's job, people just wouldn't give them the credit for what they're actually doing. And a lot of the stuff they do is just so bad. You have to jam your foot into two size smaller shoe. You have to, all these different things that you get stuck with pins. I'll never forget, there was one catwalk that I was filming and I was doing backstage on it. So I was originally supposed to be doing backstage before the show and in front of house after the show. And they said, no, we want to keep you backstage. We love this earthy look you get, but we want to shoot you. We want you to sneak through the crack in this curtain and shoot them back behind, walking down and back, because nobody else is going to have that sort of footage. And you've got, as the girls sort of get in line to walk down the catwalk, you've got 2 or 3 different stations they walk past. Your hair and makeup's the first station, just to double check everything's fine. The next one is the stylist will just double check the fitting. Basically, if it was a cleavagey type top and you were looking uneven, then just throw your hand straight down your top, pull your boob up and let it drop. Well, it's no different than having a bra fitted.
Yeah.
It was either a super gay guy or it was a girl. So it didn't And they weren't copping a feel. It's like,
yeah, I know,
this
they're
is
doing
their job.
Yeah, I understand.
And the last person would just do the whole double check. If something was wrong, they'd grab them and try and not, something badly wrong. Well, one of them, it just was a bit sagging. The stylist just grabbed a pin out, a safety pin, and just pinned it like that. And just at the back to pull it in tighter.
Oh, did it go through her skin?
It went through her skin.
Ugh.
By the time she got to the next person, it just started to bleed. 2 steps past him, it was bleeding. Halfway down, a third of the white dress at the back was blood.
Oh my God.
She did not. She walked it there and back, and it was killing her.
What a
it wasn't
trooper.
just in. It was. I think it was in. Yeah.
Oh, no, yuck. Please don't. Oh my God. I used to be able to handle that stuff so much better when I was younger, and now ugh.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you loved gore.
Now the thought of that,
Cringe gore.
I don't know why I've gone soft in my old age.
You've gone soft. You've mellowed.
But yeah, everything definitely used to be a lot more cutthroat. I remember when we first started working together, and just I remember one of the first times you sat down and we had you gave me a pretty brutally honest talk about the industry. Because you were like, I need you to understand what it's like, and if this is what you want, I will spend the time and I'll train you, but I'm going to tell it to you straight and tell you what it's like, and if you don't want to be a part of it, that's cool. Just tell me, but I don't want to waste my time, so I'm going to tell you now, and then you've got the opportunity to say yes or no. And I think you did that with a few different...
every...
And half the time girls would be like, actually, no, this isn't something that I want.
Yeah, there was a lot of girls that said, no, I couldn't do that. Well, the one that... She ended up becoming very famous, Anya. I saw her when she was about 16, I think. She came in with her brother, we had talk, and I just said to her, because she's only 5'1", she's very, very small. I said, you're never gonna, I'm being honest with you, you're never gonna make it as a fashion model, catwalk and that, but you could make it as an editorial campaign. You will get a lot of hair and makeup shots. Your look will suit hair and makeup, beauty, things like that. And if you're not prepared for the world to see your boobs, go home now.
Yeah.
And she had this, I said, no, I'm not saying I want to see him. I'm not saying I ever want to see him. I'm telling you now, before you get embarrassed at a shoot, because they just expect it of you, you're a professional model. And yeah, I never saw her again. So I scared her off.
You scary person, you.
But then she got a cover of the publisher who was looking at doing our book of their magazine, Fashion Trend magazine in Australia. It was a really good magazine when it was going. And she got the cover, and it was from a hair shoot. Andrew O'Toole, who's a really well-known hair photographer in Australia, who used to shoot most of the hair major campaigns. He shot it. Oh, wow, freaking she got the cover. And flicked back to, it was about a 10-page spread, and the first 3 pictures in the spread, she's topless. I'm there going, I think I was pretty accurate with what I said. But she went on to living in New York. She did lots of campaigns, and there's a couple of fashion videos she's butt naked in. So I wasn't lying, and like I said to her, it wasn't like, what are you looking at?
My microphone kind of fell.
They're falling into that great chasm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Can I just fix it?
Yeah, you can fix it. So everyone now, you're listening to the sound of Bec's breast.
Ew. I need more tape, please.
You need more tape.
It's lost its sticky. Sorry, technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. Her protuberances pulled her mic off. Lucky I put mic cam on there.
So funny.
So funny.
I'm going internally berserk.
Are you? You don't want to externalise it?
No. I'll move this.
Sorry, I'm just concentrating on trying to find the end bit of the tap.
The tap.
There's some tap.
Thanks.
So anybody who wants to know the tap we use, it's clear medical tape, which means you can stick it to skin. Although Anne got a rash off it.
Really?
You're not supposed to. It's supposed to be really good. But Anne, in effect, the gum on it must be anti-Anne. Hi Anne, miss you.
Hello.
We know she listens to us every Friday.
Yes. I can't wait for Europe with Anne. My roomie.
Your roomie. Oh, she's coming a whole Europe trip. That's
My little Ruby.
your
It's like
roomie.
2019 all over
Your
again.
cheese eater.
My drinking buddy.
She's on bubbles and Beck's on reds.
Yes, and then we have cheese.
Cheese.
But the best thing about
She brings the best smelly cheese. Beck hates it.
the thing I love about Anne is that our taste buds are so opposite. So like.
You never accuse each other of stealing each other's food.
Like she eats things like foie gras and bone marrow and stinky cheese.
And they're the last things you would ever eat.
And I'm like, just give me a cheese pizza, please. Just some chicken nuggets, some nice tasty cheddar maybe.
Well, Anne says the one little bonus is if when you two have to share a bed, she likes the odd cuddle in the middle of the night when Beck spoons her.
Oh, I don't mean to do
I wonder
that.
if you've done Zooms on her yet. I haven't asked her if you've done Zooms.
I-
Zooms is when Beck decides to go jogging in her sleep while she's in her
Gymnastics.
bed and doing gymnastics. And poor Jared just... What, you woke up one day, he's sleeping in a different room, wasn't it?
It's not
I know,
just
that
one
was
day.
When we
We're in Adelaide.
Adelaide, yeah. Jared's in a different room because you were stepping on him.
A few weeks ago, I woke up and alone in the bed and he was on the couch. I do gymnastics. Yeah, actually, the other week when I woke up and he was on the couch, I was asleep at the end of the bed, lying across it.
You take
with
it.
a pillow. So I'd managed to bring a pillow down. I don't know what
Did you do
happens.
Blair Witch and stand at the wall and just stare
No.
for a little bit?
Not this time. It was another time.
Must admit that was one of the creepiest parts. I love that part of the movie. It was one of my favourite. I still want to do that. I got in my head on one of my storyboards. I've got my shoot for that I want to do. But on one of the platforms, I saw these guys walking around with a torch I think it's in Mexico, and just sort of dingy back alleyways. And there's this girl that looked nearly like out of The Exorcist. Her jaw was just hanging down low. She looked so possessed. These guys just shoot themselves.
Was it real?
I think it was.
Are you sure?
If it was in Philadelphia, you would say it was just, fentanyl. But although it could have been someone fell into one of the fentanyl bars in Mexico.
That's scary.
It was actually better than most horror movies.
I don't know if it doesn't sound real.
I got to start saving stuff, I think.
You should.
But I'm so used to, Beck, look at this. Too busy. Yeah. 2 seconds. But when she finds something, it's in your face. Watch. Just only one more hour till it happens.
I'm so not like that.
No,
I'm not.
never.
Worried about my tattoo in the sun, but I'm enjoying the warmth on my back.
Aren't you allowed to have your tattoo on your son?
No, because the sun makes it fade.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, can you put your arm in the sun, please?
It's nearly gone. It's pretty close to being gone, I reckon.
It's still at the point where I have to Photoshop it.
I know. Well, I've got a festival in a couple of weeks, so after the festival I'm going to book in for...
You don't have any money. Just be honest.
Yeah, let me get my only
I
fast.
spent my entire year's money on stocking up on vapes.
And you can still buy them.
Yeah, but aren't they more expensive?
Oh, not really.
Josh thought they were.
No.
But he's got those new
Yeah.
refillable ones. He said they're so much better. You get so much more out of them.
Meh. I had one leak on me the other day. It was annoying. It was pretty much new, and then it leaked. And it's like,
Didn't Jared have one that went into his mouth? The liquid?
Yeah, I think so. Oh no, he had one that was a refillable, and it would leak in his pocket. Yeah.
He's got this
Vapes.
rash down his leg that still hasn't cured.
No, he doesn't. Vapes.
Vapes.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still happy I stocked up because I do think it is a matter of time before the government does somehow maybe stop. Maybe.
The government's main thing the main thing was they needed to get them back out of primary schools. 'Cause that's where they were finding it. That shuts the lefty teachers and parents up, so they'll still get voted back into Parliament. No, that's only the first area they're going to go for is to make sure they get re-elected. The second area they're going to go for is we're not making money out of this. So without...
Well, just tax them. But not like the way that they tax sickies.
Of course I will.
But not that much.
Oh, sorry.
Don't don't need to tax them that much. Just a little bit.
Well, even our alcohol back in
My
my day, when I was growing up, I'd say, yeah, from about the age I started buying beer, well, I was 12, no. The first time I was served
At a bar.
at a bottle-o
Yeah.
was Daisy's Ringwood Lake,
Oh, yeah.
which isn't there anymore, and I paid for 2 cans of beer with 5-cent pieces.
Oh, my God.
And they served me. And then we went into Ringwood Lake and drank them. And I think I was about
Rebel.
13 or 14. We snuck out because I was the gym. There's halls the other side of Ringwood Lake. I don't know if you've ever gone for a walk around. It's just up next to there's
I've done many a laps at that park.
have it? Yeah, there used to be an old steam train there. That's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah, there's like they call it a museum, but it's not. They just have
Museum.
I know, they just have like some plaques on walls and like there's old like mining stuff. I don't know.
Oh, that might have been where so it's over the backside of the lake?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that used to be...
Where like the river is. The creek. Sorry.
That's down
Like
the
up a
bottom
hill,
end.
yeah.
No, yeah. I don't know. I haven't walked around there. Anyway, there was a gymnastic, like a youth group hall with gymnasium. There was a Girl Scout. There was Girl Guides, the Scouts, and there was a ballet hall. They were all still up there. And yeah, so if we got bored doing gym, no, that's right. They had a movie night and we snuck out. Went over there and got some beers.
Rebels.
But
Absolute
yeah,
rebels.
after then, I think it was about 18 or 19, was every year's budget always had a bigger alcohol tax. So every single year,
Rotate.
it would always be announced in the budget that, oh yeah, the tax on alcohol's going up.
I'm rotating. I'm
You're
I'm
rotating.
lizarding.
You're lizarding.
I'm warming.
You're
I'm from the
warming.
desert. Well,
Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't burn.
I don't. I'm from the desert. I need to be warm.
You need to be warm.
Yes.
Oh. Need to be warm.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That was awfully rude of me.
No, that's all right. But that's where that started. But it's just gone up again. It's gone up a big lump.
I remember back in my day, when I was 14, or not 14, I was like 15 or 16. I'd go to a sleepover, Mum would give me $20 and that would get me a 4-pack of Cruisers and a 20-pack of Marlboro Red Smokes. And I'd say I went to the movies with the $20 instead of bought 4. You can't even get Cruisers for like, I think maybe a 4-pack might be about $20 now.
Back in my day, I think I was 16. Status Quo concert with Thin Lizzy. So it's Thin Lizzy and Status Quo at the My Music Bowl. We zipped in there at lunchtime. We went to Young and Jackson's bottle shop and bought a bottle of Southern for $8.
$8 Is that
And
the time that you got
that
really
was
sick off
and then we dropped it on our way out the door.
it? Idiots.
Well, someone bumped me as they walked past and bumped me and
Blame
said, "Oh,
the
sorry,"
poor.
walked back in and bought me a bigger bottle.
Oh, that's
But
nice.
he didn't know what size bottle had broken. I'd only had the little bottle, but he bought me the full-size bottle. So within 20 minutes, I'd finished that. An hour
that's
later, it all came back up for about the next 3 hours. I just sobered up as Thin Lizzy started.
It's crazy that you got so sick of it and it's like your favourite drink.
Yeah, well, seriously, the very, very first time I got sick on alcohol, I was about 14, and it was at a gym camp. And one of the kids in one of the bungalows had snuck in some grappa. We heard about it, so we snuck in. We stole one of the bottles of grappa for my room, and we're in our room. And anyone who doesn't know grappa, it's homemade red wine. It's quite potent. The Italians and Greeks make it. Threw my heart out. I think I had 2 glasses. That was enough. Threw my heart out. Love red wine. Then there was the Status Quo thing. Love Southern Comfort.
Yeah.
Then there was a night with
Comfortable like that.
my old best mate. We went round there and we were playing AC/DC. You ever played AC/DC?
No, but you've tried to explain it to me and it's like a little bit over my...
It's very easy.
No, you've tried to explain it to me
So
and...
you put a card down. So say it's a 10,
Yeah.
right? You're going to bet that you've got to be in between the high and the low card. And if you're equal to the high and low card or it's above, so the card's got to be higher or lower.
I'm sure.
And if you get it wrong, you bet, and you can just say, I bet the pot, and the pot might have $1,000 in there, and all of a sudden, your one chance, like kings, and you go, you're going to be lower, and the next card's a king, and now you have to put whatever's in the pot, you now have to add that to the pot.
It sounds like one of those games that the more you play it, the easier it gets, like the more you understand it.
Yeah, but it gets really dangerous. You can lose so much money. I robbed my whole band up in the snow one year. I think I was $800 up, and I felt so sorry for him. I purposely tried to lose, and I kept on winning. Like, there would be 2 cards come out, so it might be a king and an 8. So you've only got a 9 and a 10, because all the colour cards are worth the same. And I go, the pot. And I throw it out and it'd be a 9. Oh, shit, I keep winning. I just end up dividing it all and giving everyone part of it back. But we're doing AC-doocy for tequila shots. But while we're doing that, we're drinking Black Russians. Well, that's when I got alcoholic poisonings.
We've spoken a lot about alcohol this episode. People are going to think
welcome to the Bec Podcast.
No, we're not alcoholics. We are just Australian.
Just Australian.
Alcohol enthusiasts.
Well, I can change it. Well, let's go. We can change from alcohol if you like.
What do you want to talk about? I like talking about. I like alcohol.
You like talking about alcohol?
I like alcohol. I just like alcohol in general.
I like talking about alcohol.
What are you looking at?
Oh, just the times.
The times.
Yes.
You were checking that I put it on record. I did my job.
No, I was actually looking at the times from here. It looked like 4 minutes. I thought, we've been talking longer than 4 minutes. Oh, we're talking very quickly. Did you put speed in my drink or something? No, I've been going down a rabbit hole because ever since I got food poisoning that year in London...
Oh, yes.
I've always...
that was freaking... that was not
comfortable and numb.
Comfortable and modern, and then you got food poisoning. Actually, that reminds me.
And that was bad food poisoning. Like, that was a month of... But I've always felt... And then I got food poisoning again in... Chicago. And, the black ink. Oh.
Black worms.
The worms.
Yuck.
But my stomach's never felt right since then. I tend to get eaten... I'd never put my finger on it, but I'd quite often not sleep at night because I just had this super bloated feeling. So I stumbled across something and I just tried what they said, and it seems to be working great. And I think it was, but Shree made a really nice pasta just a couple of weeks ago, and I ate that and I really didn't, I felt sick, like not throw up sick, just
crampy and not like off.
Not even crampy, just off, just bloated and heavy. So I decided to cut out carbs, which it is hard, but it's not hard because I've got to drop, like, I love toast. I adore bread and toast.
I know.
And
Twitties?
They're just a snack.
Yeah, but they're yummy.
Yeah, but I can live without those things. But I'd say the hardest is
bread,
pasta, the rice, the bread. The rice, not so much. Like, I like rice, but I'm not craving.
I don't eat a great deal of rice. Pasta, I love pasta. I couldn't cut out.
And I love bread.
And I couldn't cut out pizza. You can't have pizza.
I'm going to break it every now and then. No,
you can have gluten-free pizza.
No, I'm going to. I'm Plains.
Oh, who made it?
This is really good. I've got like 80 recipes to play around with to try, but I've been doing this now for about a week and a half.
I saw a thing on TikTok that you could try for a pizza, and this, I don't know how good it would be, but this person made the base, like the dough, out of chicken mince. And like...
Chicken mince?
I think that's what it was, yeah. What?
Well, I've seen egg tortillas.
Okay.
They do it really thin, put it in a pan and flip it, and it's just like a tortilla.
Well, I'm pretty sure they did the base out of chicken mince and then just put like pizza toppings on it. I thought it was...
Well, I've been doing homework on lots of things, so I've got lots of experimental cookings to do, to play with, to come up with recipes. But no, at worst, I'll still do my pizzas because I love my pizzas.
I love them too. If you weren't getting your deck renovated, we could be eating pizza right now. I saw someone said that after watching you make the sauce, it was disappointing that we didn't make the pizza. And I said that we'll make a pizza soon, but we can't.
Will make a pizza soon.
But while the deck is getting renovated and the dogs are going ape shit over it all, you have to sit out here. I'm getting nice and bug.
You're getting nice. Oh, yeah, that's right. Beck in Mother Nature. I was trying to mate with you.
I have to spend a week in Mother Nature coming up.
Sorry.
We start alcohol.
You're not on the same planet as Mother Nature. You're spending a week with aliens.
I will be bringing up a metric ton of Suntories.
Suntories?
They're these premix things. They're like pretty. I think they're like 6%, but they don't. They just taste like lemonade. They just taste like Solo, and they're like really alcoholic. And
No,
they're
11, 8, was it 8%?
6%.
6. You know what your wine is, don't you?
Yeah, like 14.
Right, so it's not like...
Yeah, but most premixes are only like 4%.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't realise they're that low.
Yeah, I think they're 6%. Anyway, they're really tasty because they just taste like lemonade. And when you're in the bush and it's hot and you're dancing, it's just really nice and refreshing. You smash a few of those and then you're like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit tipsy actually.
Oh my God.
I'm really excited. I need to
So
finish.
what, you start at like 8 in the morning and by 8:30 you're tipsy and then just stay at a certain level
Yeah,
for the whole 4 days? How many days is this one?
Festival starts on Friday. Early access is on. So we were going to go up on Thursday.
Yeah, but the actual festival itself.
Friday till Monday.
Friday till Monday.
But Jared's doing visuals now, so we've got to go up on Tuesday till Tuesday.
Tuesday
all right.
till Tuesday.
Speaking of festival, I need to organise my outfits for it. But I see so many people online always comment on my different festival outfits and ask for us to do a shoot in them. But I feel like every time we try, we're speaking about this last podcast, like a lot of the time we try and photograph them and they just never come across in the 2D. A lot of my
Your
outfits...
bikinis worked.
Yeah, bikini work. But when we tried to photograph my pixie dress thingy, and that just didn't seem to work.
Yeah, and your mirror dress was horrible.
Yeah.
The mirror dress was disgusting.
But then they work in iPhone photos. I don't know. Something about your Hasselblad seems to... No, they don't like your Hasselblad.
Well, find another photographer. That's fine. It's not a problem at all. I'm certain I can find you some Nikon or Canon photographers who will be happy to shoot you.
I just find it
anybody
really...
who would like to shoot with Beck, being half naked, wearing festival clothes, as long as you're not going to shoot her with a Hasselblad, you're a schmidiot.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I think it's like you said when we were speaking at this last podcast that it's just the 2D element.
Some things just don't work. But a lot of the fashion shoots I used to do, there would be plenty of clothes that didn't work, but we found as soon as we made people move, jump, swing, those things, then it worked.
Yeah.
But there's so many clothes that didn't work just as a boring standing.
Yeah.
They either made the model look frumpy or made the model look hippie or shoulder. Yeah. But once
it had some movement.
But yeah.
Speaking of movement, I need to check the sparkle factor of the dress that I'm doing.
Sparkle factor.
Yeah, because one of the wedding dresses I tried on.
Oh, we're back onto the.
Sorry,
I've had to listen to 24/7. Wedding dress, wedding dress, wedding dress, wedding dress, wedding dress, wedding dress, wedding dress.
The one that I tried on, the lady dimmed the light so I could see because I'm getting married in the evening, so we need to see the sparkle factor. And it had really good sparkle factor. So now that I'm going to look at this other one, I'm going to ask them to dim the light so I can check the sparkle factor.
Just cover yourself in baby oil and rolling glitter.
Don't tempt me.
Yeah, no, you must have good words. You'll have sparkle factor.
I know. I need a crown as well.
A crown? Are you getting a...
I'm upgrading from a princess to a queen.
Oh, my God.
I need a crown. Mum kept saying, she's like, oh, I'll give you a tiara. I'm like, I don't want a tiara. I'm a princess. I'm a queen. I need a crown. No.
You're seriously getting a crown?
Yes.
Oh. You're about to be killed by something that looks like a dingo.
It's so cute, though.
So cute. It is a bit cute.
does look a bit like a dingo.
Yes. Oh, where's my baby?
Speaking of animals, I really still want to do a shoot with my new little kitten before it gets too big. He's growing so fast. Mainly because he won't stop eating.
Your new little kitten.
Yes.
So was it just going to be you? You're just going to do a cutie headshot with the kitten.
No, like remember the one we did with
Yeah,
Sissa?
but that was a full body shot.
Yeah,
She wasn't little. She was quite big when we shot.
Well, he's getting quite big now.
So what's the hurry then?
Well, because I don't want him to be huge. I still want him to be kitten.
It's not... You
was-
didn't get a Mancoon.
You know what? The amount of people that are asking me, is he a Maine Coon? I think it's because he's got little ear wispies.
Ear wispies.
Yeah. He kind of, and I don't know, something, he kind of gives Maine
So
Coon
what type
vibes.
is he?
A domestic medium hair, a domestic long hair. I don't know.
So it's not a Mancoon.
No, he's just a cat.
He's just a cat, so it's good.
It's like with Gandalf, people used to be like, oh, what kind of cat is he? I'm like, he's just a cat. And this one's a ragdoll. This one's just a cat. It sounds so harsh, putting down my baby. Just a cat, nothing special. But Sissa is. I really want a Maine Coon though. I want a big giant cat.
You could have had, but you rushed out.
I don't
You
have
wanted to make Sissa feel so uncomfortable.
ruined everything.
Ruined the house, the feng shui of your house. It's now just shui. There's no feng left in it. It's nothing but shui.
I'm like, I can imagine when we come back from Europe how big my kitten's going to be. It's huge.
Huge.
I'm so excited for Europe.
I'm not thinking about it because it's too far away.
It'll be here before we know it. I'm starting to... People were saying with Paris with the Olympics, I'm starting to think maybe that... But it was still a couple of weeks beforehand. I don't know, I'm just getting a bit nervous about that.
You're getting a bit nervous.
Yeah. It should be fine. We're
Should be
like 2.5 weeks before the Olympics.
Anyway, people can come and do the workshop and then go to the
Go to the
Olympics.
Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if they're a good swimmer, they could then compete.
Swimming. Do they swim the English Channel?
Sorry?
Do they swim the English Channel?
No.
Oh.
They swim in pools. Swimming.
Yeah, I don't know why. Paris, for some reason, I don't know.
Oh, so when it was in London, you'd think they'd swim the English Channel, but in Paris they're going to swim the English Channel.
Yeah,
Why didn't they swim the Paris Channel?
because Paris is...
What about the main river that goes past everything? Why don't they swim in that?
I don't know,
Why
why
does
don't
it have
they?
to be English Channel?
I don't know, isn't that like kind of what connects like them?
No, it's water between them. Doesn't connect. You have to go over it or under it. You get...
But don't people go under it to get from England
there's a
to
tunnel.
France? So why wouldn't they just swim?
Well,
it
you
for
don't
the
swim in
Olympics?
tunnels. I'm
Yeah,
really
but-
getting lost with your way of thinking. You're confusing.
Imagine operating
No,
this.
there's nothing operating up there at all. It's like our power system in Victoria. It's faulted. The one single cell has lost its way.
Bouncing around like the DVD symbol.
Oh, the DVD simple. I'm getting a bit worried on the thing I'm editing at the moment.
Why?
I'm pretty brutal.
I'm kind of excited.
I didn't hold back with anything I've
I'm
said.
pretty excited to see it.
But I think
It's
I
for
might have to
Inspire
ring
only.
somebody first.
Okay.
But it's only saying it's nothing against the model or anything, but it's more. I have to be brutal because that's what I'm pointing out. So everybody who I can guarantee is going to be at least half the people who watch it are going to go, "She's beautiful. I'd love to shoot with her," and I'm there going, "This is like the worst shoot." It's not the worst shoot, but it's just I can't get anything. There's nothing.
You're just getting the same thing.
Well, I'm not getting the person. I'm getting this.
Plastic, fantastic.
No, it's
Fake.
not. No, it's not only that. It's uncomfortable.
Oh.
It's, if I don't look amazing, I have to look amazing, and I'm not happy with the clothes. I'm not happy with how it's that.
Yeah, okay.
So you got this really pretty girl, and you're getting nothing but insecurity.
Interesting.
And I thought it got better towards the end, and it did get better, because the only way it got better was by making her sit and lay on the couch instead of standing and things like that. But you still see that when I would say something and make her laugh, the look on her face, all of a sudden there was a depth, and then as soon as she went back to modelling, it was just like nothing in the eyes. It was dead. It was like, please don't hit me, please don't hit me.
Oh my God. Well, I haven't heard what you said.
No, I went to another part of the studio to record that. So couldn't record it next to you. So you would have just come out. I would have had to keep on turning off the microphone.
Why?
Because I know you would have just pissed yourself in laughter.
That makes me sound like I'm a nasty pasty.
No.
I'm lovely always. No, I do.
Oh, how many shoots do you come and go, that was a hard shoot?
Yeah, I know.
And you weren't even there to watch it. You just could hear me.
I do.
Oh, he's using that line. He's getting desperate. Look away. Oh my God, he's failed. Just look away. Peter's failed. He can't get his shot. He's asked her to look away.
I think I said this recently that, yeah, like, I could
did
always...
to you recently.
Did you?
Yeah, in the river I told you to look away.
Thanks. I think I said this recently that I, like, because normally when you're shooting, I'm kind of buried, so there's not extra added eyes on the model to make them feel uncomfortable.
But the ears are still there.
They're very small, but they work. And I'll hear, like, you use a trick, and then I'll hear you jump, and then obviously that's not working. So I hear you go to another trick, and I'm like, oh, that one didn't work. He's on to this one now.
Bitch.
And then if I hear you go to a third trick, I'm like, oh, that didn't work either. He's on to that one. Wow, he's really pulling out the big guns.
Talking about not working, there's in requests on Instagram. One of the models has a request there, you can fix it up. Otherwise, I'm going to forget about it. Sorry, doing work stuff now.
Okay. Just remind me after.
Well, I'm not going to mention her name.
Okay. Okie dokie.
But it was one of those ones I had a lot of trouble with.
Okay.
Okay.
I will handle it, because that's what I do. I handle everything.
You handle it. You're the person who deletes people's pictures in our group.
The one who replies being Peter, but it's not actually Peter.
Yes, I know. You nasty person.
I'm getting better at at typing like you.
What, with one finger?
Well, like if I'm replying to something as you, I try and make it as convincing as possible. Like,
not saying very much.
Yeah, I'll keep
yes
it short.
Or no.
And like I normally don't put like capital letters, because if you're on the computer, you're not going to bother putting capitals. You just type in all lowercase. You don't put any happy faces or anything. So yeah, I'm getting better at doing that. It's funny, if I need to like be stern about something, I just change the email to yours and send the email.
That'd be right.
If I'm going to be all nice and fluffy, I'd change it to mine and put little happy faces.
Well, every word you type can be misconstrued. So if you just don't type much, you say no or yes. They know exactly what your answer is.
It's so blunt.
That's all right.
It's blunt.
We have to start somewhere.
Yes, I suppose so.
Yes.
What are you looking at? Are you looking
I was looking at
times?
times.
Is it more longer than 4 minutes?
No.
Oh, no. What is it?
It's time that we say nine eyes.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for joining us back out in nature again. We will...
We don't know where we'll be next week.
I don't know where we'll be next week.
No, we'll just see where we end up.
It'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise. Won't be cooking.
Yeah, next week.
No, I'll be cooking in a couple of weeks.
Okay. Sounds good. Wow.
I've worked out a low carbs thing to cook.
Okay.
A lump of steak.
Oh my gosh. Well, enjoy your week, guys, and we will see you again, same time, same place, next week.
See ya.